Welcome back to Parkside Manor, everybody. It is Wednesday, July the 9th. Haven't been here in a minute, was away on family vacation, but we're back into the thick of things. Without further ado, let's stop talking about what's been going on here and go take a look. What we have here are the ACM panels. So this is what the back of the panel siding looks like over there. This has been cut like this because this is actually an outside corner. So this is actually going to fold in and it will become an outside corner so that it's more, the outside corners are more or less seamless. So if we want to see what that looks like, that outside corner, right? And there's no seam in it whatsoever. It's just nice and clean. So really, really nice detail. All right, so here we are inside. I think we've got 5 mill workers on site. I have no idea what's going on upstairs, but it sounds really loud. Hopefully the noise canceling is working well on my mic today. So not a ton of change on the main floor. I expect that we'll see some significant differences on the upper floor and in the basement. So let's keep walking around. This is the paneling that we were talking about last time we were here. We were seeing the paneling come up the wall and now it's coming across the ceiling. So the drywallers are now getting this final bead on here and getting this all cleaned up and done. What he's doing here is he's cut a bevel here and he's taking his belt sander to basically make the panel exactly match and fit the wall so that there's no joint. And this is just how it's done. So you'll have a guideline that you've got here and he's just going to use that belt sander to get this panel to fit the wall perfectly because these guys are pros. Site well organized, task list for everything to do, getting broken out so people can see what's going on. When we're getting down to the short strokes here, this is when we really need to stay on top of everything because so much is happening so fast. What's really exciting is in just under a couple of weeks' time, we're going to be installing these stairs. And we are really excited to bring that content to you because that is going to be a magnificent element to this home. When we were here last, they were installing the flooring. It's now been protected. We've got our team installing the interior doors, and again, these are these flush interior doors that we've been doing throughout this project. It's quite the system, these doors. I mean, when you see them when they're done, they don't look like much, but there's so much that goes on with them. And I mean, this is a lot of metal just to hold this door in place and keep everything from cracking. So it's a really, really cool system. So if you're thinking about installing a flush mount door, one thing that you're gonna want to remember is that these suckers open only 90 degrees. Why is that? On the inside here, as a door opens, that's the end of as far as the door can go because we still are gonna have a corner bead going in here and finishing this off, right? So if it goes any further than that, it cracks the corner bead. So one thing you're gonna just wanna remember is a flush mount door. I look for other hinges that would kind of extend and allow for more like even like a 130 degree swing. And we couldn't find anything. In order for these doors to sit flush, like this is just how it is. Whereas a traditional door, your hinge is on the inside. And so with the hinge on the inside, it allows the door to open all the way. So they can do almost a full 180, 150 anyways, with, you know, moldings and whatever else there. It maybe doesn't open flat against the wall, but it's pretty darn close. Flush door, 90 degrees, that's all you get. So one of the things that we have been figuring out on this one is how to get these doors to stop so that they don't crack. And we've come up with like a kind of cool floor mounted unit that'll go in and stop the door from opening any further. But if you have any other amazing ideas about how to get these doors to stop that looks super clean and flush, leave us a comment or let us know what your thoughts are. If not, we'll show you what we end up doing ultimately in future videos. Stay tuned. So it's a little bit difficult to see because our team works so efficiently. As soon as something finished goes down, it gets protected pretty much right away. But we've got this really cool rubber flooring that's going on through the gym area and it goes through into the cold plunge area and then ends before the sauna and steam room. So over the next couple of weeks, we can expect to see drywall going on the walls. We can expect to see, I don't know that we'll start painting, but we'll be getting close to that. We'll be getting tile in the bathroom floor down here. Doors will be getting finished installed, which I think they're mostly all done now actually. But anyways, a lot of stuff will be going on down here. And one of the things that I've talked about before on this channel and on this project specifically, is because it's such a big home, we have been able to kind of cascade our trade. So, the game plan for us is to have the upper floor finished a month before the clients move in, roughly. Main floor finished probably when the clients move in because they're really anxious to get in here. And then the basement finished a month after they move in. That's probably how it's going to play out on this one. Of course, our preference would be to have them not move in until we're at least 98% done the whole project. But we'll have to see how that goes because there's more than enough space for them to live on the main and upper floor. We have to do what the client wants, but we also need to make sure that we're making smart choices. Whenever we can cascade people, we save a lot of time, right? If we are waiting for one trade to completely finish their scope of work before the next trade comes, these are the sorts of things that make a year and a half project take 3 years, right? We have done an intensive renovation on this project. Dare say most of our competition would probably take between 2 and 3 years to execute this size and this scope of work. And we've got that done in about a year and a quarter, year and a half, roughly. And I mean, again, even for us, like, that seems like a pretty long project time. However, the details and the level of details that have gone into this home have really limited our ability to move really, really quickly, because with all of this caseless and baseless wall detail and drywall detail, there's just a lot of steps in the process to make it happen. So when you are building something that's custom or ultra custom, it takes longer because there's just more details that go into it. And it is what it is. Like, if you want the job done right, you've got to afford your builder or contractor enough time to do the job right. That said, as a builder, it's always been my mission, and it will continue to always be my mission, to finish projects as quickly as possible. It's better for us as a business, and it's better for our customers. So if you want to work with somebody who is obsessed with quality and getting things done efficiently, I suggest you give us a call, because we would love to work with you. So another really neat detail that we've put into this house is a really cool flush hatch into the crawl space. So if you go back in previous videos for this project, there's 4 or 5 foot crawl space in behind all of these walls here. And so the hatch that the team invented so that it stays flush is this guy right here. So we've got a magnetic catch up here. And so doors open. So it just kind of wobbles. And then ultimately it just gets into place, and that is good. I'm just checking the gap here. So one of the things I'll talk to the team about, and we'll get them to tweak this a little bit, is our reveal here is a little bit on the big side. One of the things I'm always looking for on any door is that we have even gappage between the door and the sides and the tops. I mean, obviously on this one we're care about the bottom as well, because it's 4-sided, but interior door only has 3 sides. So that's the thing. One of the things you can look for when you're looking at a new home or something like that, if you want to see the kind of attention to detail that the builder had when they did your project, if you have really consistent, even gappage around all of your doors on the home that you're about to buy, you can probably be fairly confident that the company that built your home cared about the work that they did, and that there will be that sort of attention to detail will be found everywhere else. If you have major unevenness or anything like that, or one side's an 1/8 and the other side is 3/8, it's a cause for concern. It's not going to say that the whole house is garbage, but it's just something. It should be at a minimum a yellow flag. Well, that's a wrap on today's walkthrough, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our videos. If you find them useful or informative, please, we'd love for you to subscribe. If there's anything that you would like us to talk more about or you'd like to learn more about, please drop us a comment below. In the meantime, thanks again for watching, and stay awesome. Bye now.